What's good and what up? It's your brother SamAnt. Here at Viral Hip Hop News. Do me a favor, family, before we get started with the content. Y'all know what to do. Go up top and hit that like button. Alright, so I like doing these from time to time. These are real dope. This is my man right here, Iron Mike Tyson, in a rare interview behind bars, talking about how jail was breaking him. Now, if you don't know about Michael Tyson's long, illustrious career, very controversial, roller coaster to say the least. This was one of his down points. Heavyweight champion of the world gets locked up for a sexual assault conviction, and he's talking about that, talking about what he's going through, his trials, tribulation, etc. Real powerful piece, real rare piece. Not many people have seen it. If you have seen it, enjoy the content once again. If you haven't, please make sure you leave a comment in the comment section. Make sure you hit that like button like I said. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Without further ado, I am Mike Tyson. Let's go.
You know what I mean? On this kind of level, you get provoked. I was provoked. And I said things, and things happened, and I did my time for it. And it was it, and it was over.
Was there a lesson that came out of it?
There's some people in here that lie. You know what I mean? They don't look to the situation. You know what I mean? Because they have the authority, their way is the right way.
And you're talking about the prison guards who are here?
Absolutely. You know what I mean? There's people here that are good people. Don't get me wrong. There are good guards here. But you must think of the mentality that it takes for somebody that want to be a prison guard to have a dying thumb on somebody, to put their foot on somebody's neck. You know what I mean? It's the authority mostly, perhaps, just the authority, being under that kind of authority from a person, which, in my mentality, I would say this person wouldn't even clean my toilet. And then, of course, power is addicting. Anybody wants power, regardless of what kind of power it is. They want it, and I guess this is their way of showing their power.
How have you adjusted to losing power?
I've never lost my power, you know what I mean? Because my power was always in me. My greatest asset is me. It's always me.
I know some of your friends were concerned that you might face some danger in prison, that somebody who doesn't have anything to lose might decide that he's going to make a name for himself and take you on. Do you ever think about that?
Hey, can I tell you something? Why would anybody, you know what I mean? What would he gain by it? Say he cut my throat, he beat me up, he killed me. What would he gain by it?
You feel threatened at all?
Just by the fact that I know that I'm not the most popular inmate in here because, you know what I mean, I stand up for what I believe in, you know what I mean? I basically say what's on my mind, and from prior experience, I know that could land me in a lot of trouble.
What about the inmates? How have the inmates treated you?
I haven't had any problems. Just, you know, sometimes when you walk, and you really can understand this prison because this is not like a prison that you may think. You walk and people, like their homes, people be out the window, this and that to somebody, and you mother this and this and that and this and that. And one day, so I said, Mike Tyson, you effing tree jumper. And I didn't know what a tree jumper was. I thought he meant like I was a great athlete or something, like jumping out trees. And I was telling him, what's a tree jumper? He said, tree jumper's a rapist. You know, you wait for little kids to go by, you jump out the tree and grab them. I said, oh, Christ. You know what I mean? I said, I can't believe this. You know what I mean? And it just takes your mentality, and it puts you in a different assortment than anything else. There's no way I could have got it. How could I have got a fair shot? I mean, I knew I was innocent. I knew from court procedures and what was going on, but I knew when I was in that court and when I was going to get that verdict, I knew the verdict was going to be guilty because of the mentality of the court and the mentality of the prosecutor.
What did you think of the prosecutor?
The prosecutor, I thought he was a racist, weak, publicity-happy, little weak man. And I just felt it, but I was, you know what I mean, I was always nervous and worried because I knew that it was going to take me away from people that I loved, but I was just prepared for it. You were prepared to give it up? It was something, you know what I mean, that couldn't be stopped.
When we come back, Mike...
My answer is because it's not here. You know what I mean, people, they always put that, you know what I mean, they put that like that's a boundary on me. Well, because will look at you and be ashamed. I'm my own man now. I'm me. I'm my own man.
Your finances, are you comfortable with your finances, your money, the control you have over your money?
Absolutely. You know what I mean? About a situation like that, when I was in this situation, no one never, you know what I mean, approached me with something like that before when I was out in the streets, you know what I mean? Now this is this is only a ploy for somebody to attack Dawn or do something like that. You know what I mean? I'm very happy with my finance. Just because someone else may not know anything about my finance or might come up with a sheet and say, well, he has nothing. And then next week they'll come up with a sheet, what happened to this money? They don't show no account of what happened to this 45 million or this 20 million. And now all of a sudden, I'm hiding money. And if I was hiding money, and if it's my money, I haven't stolen it, isn't it my business to do what I want with it?
Do you know what you have?
Well, I have a ballpark figure, yes.
And you know where it is, and you have control of it?
Well, like I was saying, it's my business, and no one else should worry about how much money I have. You know what I mean? No one should worry about how much Donald Trump has. I never asked how much he has. I never asked how much the Rockefellers or the Rothschilds have, or Magic Johnson, any athlete by that. Nobody asks about that. Why all of a sudden they want to worry about me by putting me in a situation? Because the fact is, they can't take away, which I know, that I'm a great fighter. So they say, God, he's a great fighter. People admire him for that. But let's put him, he's a great fighter, but he's dumb and he's stupid. So, you know what I mean? He's nobody to look up to. But because that's okay, because only time will tell. I mean, that's just time will tell.
You mentioned Don King. What about Don King?
No, Don King is just like anyone else. Anybody else that's in big business. He's competitive. He competes with them. You know what I mean? He's the best at what he does, whatever it is. If it's, you know what I mean? He broke all the records, all the P.T. Barnum, Ziegfeld records. You know what I mean? He breaks all those records. And he's ornery and he's arrogant, you know what I mean? He says, well, he's not under control. You don't control him. You can't say, well, Don, you take this and you do this, but you got to take it. You know what I mean? He wants the American way. He wants to get the equal share of the pie.
Does he take advantage of you?
Everyone uses someone. He uses me, I uses him. The worst thing, we never misuse one another. We respect one another. I never cut his. Don is my man, and that's what it is to it.
Coming up next, does that automatically mean that she's agreed to have sex with you?
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. See, this was a situation where we had discussed things that were going to happen, what we were planning on doing, you know what I mean? And we have discussed something. This is something that's been discussed and planned, and you say, well, since she's going out, she has to do it. She can't eat a free meal. You give me like that ghetto mentality, of course, like when I'm stereotyped. She can't get a free meal without giving me something or something like that, which is, you know what I mean, it's just perverted. What you even saying that to me. You know what I mean?
She has told her version publicly on television. What was it that made you feel that she wanted to have sex with you?
Well, as I was talking, we spoke earlier that day. We had spoke earlier that day, and we had planned on the situation. You know, everything was arranged, and then I seen her again, and it was arranged again. I seen her twice that day, and we, you know what I mean, we arranged it then again, and that's how I came to that conclusion.
There was no doubt in your mind?
In neither one of our minds.
Mm-hmm. Then let me just ask you to tell me, as you recollect, what happened that night?
I called her. I think she was tired or something. I said, don't worry about it. Just comb your hair and put water in your face. And I asked her to wear something short, like a short dress or some wide, loose, baggy shorts. And she came in the car, we kissed, and we were making out, okay? Fooling around, and then we drove right around the corner to my hotel room. We got out of my hotel room, we went upstairs, and we went in my room. So when I closed the door, we went in my room. We sat on my bed. She sat on my bed in somewhat of a Buddha position, you know, when the legs are crossed. And she was talking, and we started kissing. And she started pulling off her clothes. She was getting hot. She was getting aggressive. And we had oral sex, and then eventually we had vaginal sex. And after it was over, I invited her to stay. I said, because I'm tired, perhaps, because you had to get up at around 5 or 6, and I had to leave at approximately 2 hours. We both had the same schedule, approximately, but she didn't want to do, but she wanted me to walk her downstairs, and I didn't want to walk her. I said, well, my limo's down, so you could take the limo, but I'm sorry, I'm tired, and I have to get up, and I just can't walk you. Maybe I should have just walked her downstairs or something. We should never cry over spilled milk, of course, but maybe I should have just walked her downstairs, you know, it's Christ. And the next week I heard about this.
And you're saying that she never said no?
Oh, absolutely.
Now, she said that I hit him, I cried. I did anything to get him to stop. Nothing worked.
Oh, right, really, please. You know what I mean? Come on, that wasn't true. In a hotel room, in the middle of the night, where you know walls probably echo because it's so quiet, you know, and she screamed, and then she's gonna say she's in shock. She walked downstairs. Evidently, me, the person, you know what I mean, she told me she's in shelter, please. And if anybody would attack me, as soon as I get out in the hallway, I'm gone. I lost it. I'm in the twilight zone. Woo, help, yes, help, right here, knocking on people's doors. Come in, this guy's right in here. Please help me, or whatever. You know what I mean? That's absurd. Well, I'm scared because he's Mike Tyson. That's, you know what I mean, because they insult the American intelligence, you know what I mean, to believe something like that. You know, this is something, you know what I mean, that you don't have to be F. Lee Bailey. You know what I mean? You don't have to be F. Lee Bailey at all to decipher the bull crap. You know what I mean? And it upsets me so much because there's people out there, you know what I mean, that have that kind of mentality, you know what I mean, that will believe something. You know what I mean? It just is, it's astonishing that what people believe.
The truth of the matter of what happened that night then is what?
That she was not raped.
The Indian got you to agree to go into therapy. Is that true?
Well, I could give you some answers and you could tell me if they're true. You know what I mean? I never been to therapy. He never told me that he wanted me to go to, he never told me personally that he wanted me to go to therapy. He's seen me a number of times after the incident happened. He never confronted me with any issues about that or anything. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? What Aaron is saying is not true at all.
And the women at the contest that day in Indianapolis who said that you fondled a number of women.
But listen, you must understand what kind of atmosphere. When you make that statement, you come across as if I just ran in that hall, right, and no, it wasn't like that. It was a joyous atmosphere. People have grabbed me. You know what I mean? They all, like 15, 20, something like, they tagged me, grabbed me, and we're talking crap, and we're speaking as young, healthy, black, you know, young adults do. We're talking crap and this and that, and things occurred. You know what I mean? After this situation happened, and people all start saying, well, maybe I can get something out of it, maybe then their mind, the wheels start rolling in another direction then. But at that particular situation, there was no complaints about anything.
So it wasn't initiated by you. You just participated.
Absolutely.
They come after you as much as you go after them.
Please, guys, this is something I don't even have to explain to you. You know what I mean? People know who I am, and people know I have money, and people know I'm young. You know what I mean? So they put the two together: young, black, single, with money, usually by himself, never protective, because that's the kind of guy. I'm always loose. I'm like, and that's dangerous because you gotta use that with the same stereotype as the sheep that flocks away from the crowd, and he's out there, now he's alone. Now the wolves could trap him off, corner him off, and kill him. And that's how my situation was. I'm a loner, and that's my only downfall, because that's my nature. I'm always alone. I'm always moving.
You think women used you or tried to use you?
Of course they did, but look, I looked at it from the standpoint, you know what I mean? I was young, you know what I mean? I wanted to have fun. I enjoyed having fun. And maybe I took it further. Maybe me wanting to be with some girl or make love to a girl, whatever. Do that, but they probably had something different, you know what I mean? I had in my mind what I wanted, but they never let me know what they wanted. You know what I mean? So maybe that's my fault for not knowing, not saying, well, what do you want from this situation?
You say people who don't know you, people form impressions about you. Here's a guy who is strong, who's black, who's uneducated, who's a heavyweight champion. He thinks he can have whatever he wants. How do you respond to people who look at you and think that that's true?
90%, 80% of the people believe what they read. And, I mean, that has a big effect on people. If they ever got a chance to know me, they would think differently. They would think totally differently. They would know I'm just like everyone. I like to play. I like to fool around. I like to chew fat. You know what I mean? It's like I do basically any young 25-year-old do. I used to all my life. That's the way I am. I'm just normal. And that's why I'm in trouble, because I'm normal and slightly arrogant. You know what I mean? I get a little arrogant because I'm confident. You know, I know whatever I do, I know I'm the best at it. You know, and people get upset with that. But, you know what I mean? That's a part of me which a lot of people don't like, because a lot of people don't like themselves, and I happen to be totally in love with myself. You know what I mean? People take offense to that.
When it comes to Tyson and women, it's often a question of whom you want to believe. Rarely.
You went in your cell and the door was closed and the lights went out. What thoughts did you have?
I don't know. It wasn't realistic at that point, but I knew, you know what I mean, after being in my cell, you know what I mean, for a couple of days though, I just said, you know what I mean, cells are horrible. You'll never forget them. You know what I mean, as long as you live. You know, prison itself will always leave, you know what I mean, everlasting effect on me. You know what I mean, you just never forget it. And especially a prison like this, you would never forget it.
Have you thought about the possibility that you may have to do your time, that the appeal may not be granted?
Hey, listen, there's a fact that may happen, you know what I mean? And I look more to the fact that it will happen, you know what I mean? But listen, this, you know what I mean, this is something that passed, you know what I mean? I'm not dead, you know what I mean? As long as I'm breathing, my brain is functioning, my heart is functioning, I'll prevail.
What do you think is your immediate future?
I basically, I just keep, you know what I mean, go live day by day and wait for the, you know what I mean, see where the chips drop. I might not even want to box. I've been bored with boxing for 4 years already. I might not even want to fight anymore once I get out.
You think about that?
No, I never think about fighting, never.
You think if you got out, when you get out, you just give it up?
Yeah.
What would you do?
Huh? I'll do something. Come on, I'm always going to be on top. And whatever I do, I'm going to be on top of my game. I'm never going to be under drowning. I'm always going to be above sea level.
But the boxing gave you something else that you didn't have.
You must understand. I'm basically, regardless of what you see, money, I'm just Mike, you know what I mean? I'm Lorna Mae's son's Manboy Street. I'm not, you know, I don't get caught up into a big star and all. You know, that's the furthest thing from my mind, you know what I mean? I don't like living like that, so maybe I don't think I want to be a big star no more, if that's what they call me. I don't think I want that no more, because I don't like living like that. I don't like living where everybody, which I found out in here is true, everybody's a potential enemy. Everybody's potential to hurt you, to want something from you. I don't like